And well, that's one thing which I will start in the next Monkey broadcast. Like I said before, I'm sick and tired of talking about Naruto. I will still be summarizing what's happening for you all, you lucky people, but honestly, my Naruto coverage will be shortened because I am now to sort of go out and find other manga series to read and then report back in a short review for you all to check out. There's already been some other series I'm checking out which I'm actually quite interested in, like Fairy Tail has actually been interesting because I joined in when they were starting a new arc which actually has shades of the Jonin arc from Naruto, which is actually kind of interesting. One thing, their author has already gotten more respect from me out of Ishimoto and Kubo since not only have they not taken a break yet, but there was actually 1 week where they released 3 chapters in a row and they're still not taking a break.
Good lord!
Yeah, I know, I was pretty amazed by it as well.
That is a freaking loss of writing stamina.
It was not only that, but Troy as well, because don't forget, with the exception of a few instances who have up the background, also the manga is drawn by them as well.
Oh, good grief.
In fact, actually, there's like one little author's note, one of the 3 chapters which said, the assistants were incredibly tired going through all of these, but I think it was worth it.
I say it again, that is a hell of a lot of stamina.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Fairy Tail was really interesting, but I'll also keep my eye out for other manga issues and then report them back to you for this week. So yeah, that's something to look forward to next month. In the meantime, we'll now be moving on to Sven the Crusader with the other member of the big 2 that we still need to cover.
Okay, I think I can summarize them all in a few short words. Expository hairstyle changes. Oh, and they introduced a new, potentially villain. I have no idea what his goals are, and we may or may not be seeing Kisuke Urahara's true colors in the latest chapter, because he's met up with Ichigo's sister and acted pretty freaking creepy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that hat just gives the shadow over his eyes. It makes him look even more creepy than Aizen at points.
Yeah.
Although, let's be honest, as time went on, Aizen became less creepy and more just die already.
Yeah, pretty much. One thing I've actually found pretty interesting about the last few chapters is that they more or less been build up to the next story at the moment.
Yeah, you can tell it's coming up, and Kubo did not even wait as long as I thought he would to reveal that, oh no, Ichigo's not out of the picture yet.
Yeah, well, you kind of had to do that, but still, considering we could have just had like a villain come in and blow up Ichigo's house, I actually like the fact that they're taking these slightly slow and suspenseful route anyway. They're not just jumping into the next battles.
Yeah, I still actually really do like this new arc for the simple reason that it reminds me of how Bleach started. It was less non-stop, uninterrupted fighting and more lead up to that, and hopefully not non-stop fighting and whenever it inevitably happens again. But there's more story inserted into this, more character, and less constant fighting, which basically leaves only the next Zon Plateau release to look forward to.
Yeah,
so yeah, I like it because it reminds me of how Bleach started.
Definitely, I'm with you there. I also kind of like seeing these sort of like small changes that have happened. I don't know the exact amount of time, whether it's months or years sort of thing, but I actually kind of like that it's all the characters growing older a bit, like Ichigo's sister starting high school and Ichigo and Orihime forced to get jobs and that kind of...
Yeah. And furthermore, I like the fact that Orihime seems not to be growing off of Ichigo anymore.
That is true.
I like the fact that instead of the typical switch around, she was the one who put forth the idea to go rescue Ichigo from his insane boss.
That is true. That's one of the new characters that has been introduced as well. Ichigo's insane boss. I'm not 100% sure what to think of her currently.
Yeah, me either, because all I can say right now is insanity!
Definitely. But yeah, like you said, we've also had the potential new villain introduced, and whilst not a lot has been talked about him yet, one thing that's kind of piqued my interest is that he's curious about Ichigo's dad, which is kind of interesting to be honest. The whole thing about Ichigo's dad and the soul reaper element, it was dropped in when convenient and then forgotten about during the whole...
Yeah.
So a bit more elaboration on all of those details would actually be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I've seen several people say that this might be the start of that Ishin mini-arc that Kubo had planned, because it seems to be a big lead-up to that.
I never really heard about that, so yeah, that might be interesting, actually, thinking about.
Yeah, because apparently he planned that, plus a confirmed new arc. I think that they may be combined into the same arc, thinking about it, because we know how Kubo likes his insanely long arcs.
That is true. Yeah, as the whole long continuous fighting being pointed out.
Yeah, we were on fake Karakura Town for almost 2 years.
Oh, let's not go back. Point is...
Yeah, point is, the new arc really actually shows promise.
So here's hoping that promise continues.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't let us down like that one Soul Good chapter of Naruto in the last year.
Yeah. Sigh. And trying to take us out on that depressing note, that's...
Yeah, that pretty much sums up manga. In short, Naruto, terrible. Bleach, surprisingly good.
And on that note, that also ends this broadcast on any positive note. If you have any opinions you'd like to offer on anything we've discussed, then as always, leave opinions in the comment section, along with any questions you'd like to ask us. But that's all for this month, and we'll see you again the next month. So, that was me, the Jonin Monkey.
And me, Sven the Crusader. See you next time.
That was Monkey Broadcast, a monthly review and discussion show hosted by the Jonin Monkey and Sven the Crusader. If you feel that you've been the subject of slander or that your copyright has been misused, please PM me and I'll try and get round to fixing it as soon as possible. We also welcome any comments, be it feedback or your own viewpoints on any of the things we've discussed. Until next month, have fun kids!